Hello and welcome. In this video, we look at the best of the best companies, and this time in Norway. I will give you an example of a type of company that is an example of what we look for in the channel, and that's a very particular kind of company that has these characteristics, such as a moat that will defend the business from competition in a very, very long time, I believe. And the business of Fløibanen here, you see here, it's not a public company, but it has shareholders. It's possible to be a shareholder here. You see the business is here to have a funicular up from the city core of Bergen, straight from the most busy area of tourists, and take and sell tickets to get up to this beautiful area that almost all tourists would want to take this ticket here and get up to the top and enjoy the beautiful view as you see here. And that's the business model. They have some nice facilities on the top there, as you see. Great view and a restaurant. And the ticket price is, yeah, let's say maybe $6 or so per ticket. And this is the kind of business we're looking for here. One of the types in the channel is that we want to find some kind of business like this that can really defend themselves from the competition, because in this case, just some years ago, they own the land that the assets are built upon. There's another one nearby that has a similar business, but it's way further away from the center, and they need to take a bus. There's not any. There won't be any other competitors that will build a funicular up to this mountain of Fløyen. They own the real estate, and they own the best type of business like this in town, and it's a very, very strong brand for both the local community here and also for all the tourists that visit Bergen. And then, I also believe that because of all of this, I think they have, and I have seen it, that they have a really high pricing power for the price of the ticket. And that's the main driver of the business. I'll show you the numbers briefly. And you see it's beautiful here. The whole idea is that it's not a super growing business, but if you look back in time, I think you can see that the earnings per share have grown much more than the average business and the market, because of the pricing power and because it's a very good management and location and a very good business. My thesis is that this is only going to get better because they will have more efficiencies. They will be able to have better machines, more automatic systems. They're already doing it with the units. They don't have to have. They can run them more remotely, and they can sell tickets online or through the mobile app, etc. So we need less people in the future, maybe here, or they will also be able to increase the prices more than inflation, I think, because it's such a unique experience for people here. They don't have to. There's no competition for this. This is the only way to buy a ticket up to Fløyen here, and that's there may be buses also, but that's the main thing, that I think they can increase the prices a bit more than inflation. You see, it's really beautiful to go up there, and it's worth the price. It's very low compared to the value the customers get, I think. So that's something we will look for. This report is Norwegian, but I'll explain. And you see, the key measurement here is that they have 2.3 million tickets sold. They sold maybe half of that in the oldest report I've read. So that's, let's say, close to 15 years ago or so. So, I believe we're not far from 2, maybe max 2.5% annual volume growth of tickets sold. So if you believe that the amount of tickets will increase steadily by maybe 2% a year, that's an important key figure in development for the shareholders. By the way, the municipality of Bergen owns half of the shares roughly, And then there are a few big investors, and the rest is mostly local people of Bergen owning this. They have been shareholders in the families for many, many decades. I believe since the start of the 1900s, there was some kind of crowdfunding to build this project, and they have been passed down in generations, I believe. So you see here, they opened the Fløibanen with 15 employees here in 1918. And you see some stats here of Bergen. They have roughly 90 fixed employees and 117 summer helpers. Surprisingly, a lot of people. And the city of Bergen had over 3 million overnight stays at the hotels. And some in addition to Airbnb and here roughly 650,000 cruise visitors from the cruise boats. And there are also a lot of other tourists here that see they write that roughly 2.3 million traveled with funicular through the year. Of course, in the pandemic and then in 2020, I think they still had the tickets sold, but it dropped to roughly 1 million, I believe. I've been a shareholder myself, by the way, since 2018 or so. And in 2019, that was the best year up before the pandemic. And then they had roughly 2 million, I believe, 2 million tickets sold. So now it's all-time high. And the thesis is that I believe it's only going to get better. I can do a little back of the envelope calculation with you here, but you see it's a seasonal business. This is the dark line here is this 2024 compared to 2023. And you see the amount of people buying the tickets the years before. And you see the effects of the pandemic here on the two bottom ones here. That's important figure. They have also recently upgraded their vehicles and systems to have more capacity and lower waiting lines. Yeah, here's the management. I believe it's the chairman in the middle there and the CEO to the right here. And yeah, they have been in the management for a long time, I believe. And here you see the restaurant on the top. And here we start to see the numbers. And of course, it is a real estate operation kind of that has very, very high profit margins. The EBIT, as you see, driftsresultat, that's the EBIT, and here are the sum of the revenue. My opinion here, a simple analysis, is that the salary costs will probably not increase more than inflation together with the other costs. I don't see why it should do that. And maybe it will even be a fewer amount of people, and maybe we won't have any increase at all in the amount of krones that you see here that goes to salaries. But on the top line, I think that we will have some effect, maybe 2% a year from volume growth. That's just based on historic figures. I think that it will get better and better, and people in the world will get richer and richer and travel more. And then I think that the price will be more than inflation. And in Norway, I believe maybe 3% a year is close to the last annual figures per year. So yeah, I think we have been close to 5-6% price increase at least. And then volume growth in addition, then I think we are close to maybe we are up in 8% top line growth per year, maybe. You see, it has been a really high growth from 2023 to 2024. But if you believe that, let's say, the top line, if it can be as much as, what can I say, 10% a year, that's really high, but then it will double in 7 years. But if the salary costs are only doubling every like half of that, I mean twice of that, so that's 14 years to double the salary costs. So I'm not sure how much it will be, but I can do a quick calculation in 7 years. If you have 70 million in salary costs now, then 3% a year in 7 years. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So maybe we were close to 80, 85, 90 million max, I think. So maybe in 7 years, that's just speculation, but if I wouldn't be surprised if the salary costs don't increase more than 90 max. So 20 million more in salary costs and some other costs also. But then the sales, I don't know, but maybe it can max double. That's huge. But you see, I think I'll leave the calculations to you. But you see that the idea is that if they have pricing power, and the longer you are a shareholder here, I believe that this profit margin has a high capacity to expand more because the sales increase quicker than the costs. And also, when they need to replace the capital, it's also more closer to the inflation cost. I mean, the machines and the new vehicles. And you see here that it's really profitable. They pay a dividend here called utbytte. So the mother company here has 27 million crowns in dividends here. And they increased the equity by 39 last year. So that's compared to the total profit of the year. It's really, really great, in my opinion. And it defends itself from competition, I believe. And then you have probably a growth here, in my opinion. Right now, they are paying down debts, so they are increasing the equity here, and I don't believe they need... I think that they don't need to have so much more capital to sustain the unit volume in the business now, and I don't see why they should be using more capital to grow. If we just assume that they will be paying down the debt and be debt-free, we can see that the remaining debt is now 70 million in the mother company here now. That's right, yeah. But it's 100 in the whole group with the subsidiaries. So I believe that in 2-3 years, maybe they have paid down the debt. You see it here, it was 100 and then 70, so maybe 2-3 more years it will be very little debt left. And then I think that the profits will be higher, and then they probably will have a high capacity to pay dividends here. And I won't be too detailed, but it's kind of a very, very good business in my opinion. And I would like to buy more shares. It's not so easy to buy shares. It's not publicly traded, but it's possible. And I have done it. I have bought and sold shares here, and I want to do it again. And if this is interesting for you, in my opinion, maybe one of the strongest moats and businesses that are protected from the competition in Norway in this kind of business. You see the largest shareholders here, for example. And yes, I think I would, if the price is right, I think it would be a very good long-term investment because of the main things that they can increase their prices more than inflation, and the costs will likely not increase meaningfully. Yeah, so that's the thesis, and absolutely a room for growth here, but they're not going to build much more, but the amount of tickets and the prices will increase, I believe, and that will be good for long-term shareholders. So if that is interesting, please give the video a like, and when this channel gets bigger, you will be able to join me somehow through the website that I have, or through YouTube lives perhaps, and you can join me here, and we can see if this is something that we can learn more about together. Is it possible to become a shareholder? Is it possible to buy as a group, maybe, in a bigger volume, maybe? That's something that I will see if we can have a look at. And if that's interesting, just feel free to reach out and leave a like, and look down in the description when this channel is bigger, and I will open up some forum or some part where you can join the community and we can look at this together. I plan to set up some regular meetings, and we can have a look at this kind of business together. and other types of businesses that are really, really strong in the competition that I believe are very good long-term investments. Thank you for watching all the way until now, and hope to see you in the next one.